Okay, here we are, back in the boat, and we are underneath the center console. We are now starting our project to replace the dash with a custom dash. So we're going to be installing all new switches, new switch gear, and we are going to be adding a Explorer 12 Hummingbird to the dash. So all of this has to get disconnected and come out. So the easiest way to do that is quite simply tape, marker, and to start labeling everything. I'm going to start with the switches, going to go port to starboard, just going to label them 1 through, I think there's 14 here. There's not a whole lot to disconnect, but keeping it organized is important. So here we go. Going to put you guys out here. Oh, make sure you got your batteries turned off. Frying your electronics would not be any fun. Not to mention the fact it would be damn expensive. I can already tell I'm gonna have to get some different plug-ins or updated some of the switches that I got, because like that one may not work. So I'm going with the Carly backlit switches. I just like them the best. And I don't know about you guys, but not knowing what switches are what at night is a pain in the ass. I don't know why Yamaha did not put in backlit switches on these boats for what they cost, but they didn't, so I'll do it for them. Okay, switches are disconnected, Simrad is disconnected, and we've got our 12 volt. That is actually going to get relocated on the new one that's going to be down low. And this is compass. And that is compass positive. This is also going in a different location, but the size of the new screen, the compass will not fit up here. It's going to go down low. Okay. Our harness is away. Now, I want you guys to look at these. Nuts missing, nuts missing. Here's a nut. By the way, this is not a nylock. This is just a good old ordinary normal nut and washer. Come on, Yamaha, really? So if you don't know, or if you haven't dealt with this yet, the way that we knew that some of these were missing is we hit a wake and our dashboard jumped out, bounced out. It was like, what the fuck is that? Well, that's Yamaha being lazy, you would think. For the amount of money we spend on these boats, they would put nylocks on these. So if you haven't done so, check your nuts and bolts back here holding your dash in, and if you haven't updated them to nylocks, do it, or else one day you're gonna hit a nice big wake and your dash is gonna fall in your lap. We're gonna live this guy out. Okay, here we go. one dash. Okay, first things first, we are going to pull our two SIMRAD screens so that we can verify that they fit the new dash before we start fitting the new dash, because we are absolutely going to have to do some cutting on the fiberglass in there to get it to fit. So we removed the phone holder so that we can get the dash to lay as flat as possible. We have it setting on a towel here to protect it. A little top tip if you're wanting to clean something like this and get all the dust off of it and not spray a bunch of crap on it. Big old fluffy paintbrush. That takes a little finagling. They have their rubber seal that runs on the top and bottom of the screen here, and that's pretty sticky. That makes it a little bit of a challenge to get out, but we got that one out. And let's work on the small one. Okay, the engine screen should be significantly easier because that is also from the factory. That's a flush mount. So, and here's SIMRAD number 2. Okay, both our screens are out, so let's go ahead and we'll just finish up our tear down here. Here is our 12 volt port compass, and that is our stripped down dash. And remember, we are replacing all of the buttons. Okay, here we have our new dash, and one of the things I am seeing that did not happen that they were supposed to do was to pre-drill the holes to mount the large SIMRAD. That could be a problem. Okay, the SIMRAD, big one, is now going to be surface mounted versus flush mounted. So one of the things that we needed to get was a trim kit and a beauty ring for it. Because of this back mounting plate, it's no longer needed. Okay, flip this new one over. Okay, and we have a good fit on that one. So there is the new layout for the factory screens. If you can see that or not, try not to drop these. Okay, now comes the part where we check the fit in the dash itself, because I know there's going to be removal of glass that's going to have to take place. Okay, I had to switch cameras real quick. So we got the new dash laid in here, and what we did is went through and marked where we need to remove some of the old fiberglass. So not a whole lot to remove. It's that down there. Not too bad. Putting in the holes that for the studs that they installed actually wasn't too bad. If you look at this, you will see just how off-center the factory dash was. So over here on this side, we've got about 1 3/4 inches, and on this side, we've got 1 1/4 inches. So, so much for factory measurements. Okay, time to do some cutting. Okay, we are back, and we have our template all set. The boat's all set. Everything is fit. Had to just do some minor cuts around the top of each monitor and down here where the new location for the 12 volt power supply is going to be, and we're ready to mount. The company that I got this from actually charged a pretty phenomenal price. I don't know if you have gone out and priced these. I tell you what this one ran, I was pretty shocked, pretty amazed at the name of the company. It's a company actually in Miami, I think it's Miami, that made it for us. Did a nice job. I mean, really, the studs, like I said, the mounting studs were in the wrong locations, but that wasn't that big of a deal, especially after seeing how far off the factory dash was from center. Okay, we are peeled. And let's start with the little guy. Pass your cables through. I see one problem with his mount setup here. That mounting bolt hits the bottom of the tray. So that means that this whole bottom is going to interfere with the glass. Okay, we got that mounting figured out. So in order to get this mount to work, we had to cut a little relief in it. Two of them actually, one here, little 1/4-inch relief to get it to clear the fiberglass, and then another little relief here. You see that little relief right there to allow the mounting bolt for the screen. So what I'm going to add in now is, this is just a light little 3M and adhesive to prevent moisture from getting in there. Let's go put it in. Okay, we are done. Here is the custom dash. Got the new backlit switching, the Hummingbird Explorer 12, which is actually about 14 inches long. That's where the space came up from. Simrad now hooked up to the radar, and now we have our engine Simrad down here. And up here we have the night vision, and then this is the switching that we put in place up here to individually control a separate NEMA 2000 network, the GPS for the Minn Kota, the night vision, although it says FLIR, it's obviously not FLIR, and the radar itself. So these are also controlled with an individual switch down here called electronics, so I can shut that system down, and then it tells me, oh, by the way, your GPS just turned off. So there you go. That is the new custom dash.